Okay, back into our tutorial for our bookmark, and continuing along, you notice on the project that everything is centered, so I kind of skipped over that part, but that actually needs to happen, and it's with all of the things. Now, word to the wise that not everything needs to be centered. In this project, yes, we do center it, but sometimes when we have a lot of text, or a body copy is what we call it, an article, we don't want to center text. You want to center things like headlines, invitations, or like this little bookmark. So have everything selected already. And I'll show you some techniques later on that in some of my basic tutorials, how to select items in an easier way. Anyways, so I have the paragraphs panel and I want to select the align center. You can also use Command or Control C for center, okay? So if we use the align center, or we use Control or Command and the letter C, it will all be centered with each other, whatever it is, paragraphs that you have selected. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do here, and we notice that your type, this Z here, okay, is not the same. It's just a placeholder, and everything was Adobe Garamond Pro except for this right here. This little picture is called a glyph. We do not have to place a picture. It is part of a little typeface, okay? And many type families do have a few glyphs in them here and there. There are some typefaces that have mainly glyphs, an ornamental type of, there's symbols, there's Zaf, dingbats, there's wingdings, they're all different kinds, okay, ornamental type of things. So this one happens to be Adobe Caslon Pro. I'll show you a way of finding out, though, if you don't have Adobe Caslon Pro, then you want something else that has a glyph in it. So don't worry if you don't have something. We're looking for something decorative, basically. Okay, going back to my project, I need the glyphs panel. All right, and one of the things that I want to do, taking the glyphs panel here, I actually want to remove it, take it out. So we can pop these panels in and out, just like any Adobe product. And I like to expand it because I want you to see that even with this Adobe Garamond Pro, I have access to some special characters here. And with that highlighted, I could double click on one of those. Ooh, I must have selected also the end of the paragraph. But you can see here that it put the little glyph on it. Okay, so you could choose to even do one of those. Now I need to just select, yeah, just select my, basically my my character here. And in the glyphs panel at the bottom here, you're going to see your type styles here. All right, so Adobe, so it's Caslon. So I'm looking for a C here, Caslon. Not sure that I even, oh yeah, I do actually have it, Adobe Caslon Pro. Oh, and that brings me up to lots of ornaments. So if you don't happen to have that, find something, and I wonder if you might have some wingdings, you might have Zaf Dingbat, you might have symbol, although symbol is more, you know, like symbolisms like in math and all kinds of things. But yeah, we do have access to a couple of, even I have an access to an apple. All right, so I don't want that. I want the Caslon. There we go, Caslon Pro. Okay, so I'm going to make the whole line that, but I need to just select the Z only. And then I'm looking for this little pineapple. Okay, so we can sift through that. Oh, there it is. Okay, If you don't like this, the pineapple, do something else. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to double click on it, and there's my pineapple. Now, not to worry, you notice that nothing is the correct size yet. It's fine. We don't have to be exactly the correct size yet. What we need to do is set the type, okay, according to the size of these characters, okay? And so then what we need to do is use our this over here as our guide, the picture as a guide. All right, so each of our lines of text, it also has a paragraph ending, so don't just select this one little piece of text. Select all the way across by clicking and dragging, or 3 clicks and it will select the whole line of text. Trust me, you need to select the entire line. Now what these numbers represent, the 30 and then /30. The first one is for the type size. The second one is for line height, basically from the baseline, or in other words, where all the letters rest, to the next line down, the baseline. That's going to give us our line height, and that's called leading. All right, so I've got 30, 30, 30 for everything. So I'm actually going to, just about, except for the Adobe Caslon Pro. So I'm going to actually select everything again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll select everything, or Control or Command A will select everything. So going up to my control panel, I can do it there, or my character panel. I'm mainly going through the control panel here. So I'm looking for the leading. The very first one here is the type size. You can see the T that's different size. The one with the A that has them stacked here and the little symbols here. Okay, that means line height. That's the leading from baseline to baseline. All right, so that needs to be 30. Okay, that's what needs to be 30. Okay, so I'm going to go back and show you. All right, so it spaced it out and it did it all at once. So I literally taken care of almost all of my leading. So now I want to select each line. That one is 30. So I'm going to do the size as 30. Okay. Then this line, 1, 2, 3, I've selected it, and that one is 25. 24 will get me there, but I need to click on the number. Or if I want to get inside of that little box there, I just need to click on the little symbol. It will highlight it, and I can actually type. And you can see here, PT, that represents point sizes. That's the unit of measure we were talking about it. In our preferences, we set the type font, or the typography, to be in terms of points rather than inches, and that's a good thing. So you can type that in if you like. All right, so I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Well, you know, a better way to do that, let's undo this real quick, would be, I've got 2 of them that are 25. So if I were to click and drag on both these lines, then I'm going to type that in, 25, press enter or return. All right, next one is this Adobe Caslon Pro, which is 100. So I'm going to click again. It only goes up to 72 if you're with the drop down menu, but if I click in here, I can type 100. All right, and press return or enter. Wow, okay. So it looks like it's running into each other. I have not set the leading yet, so if I click on that little symbol for the leading, it's 125. Press enter or return. Okay, last but not least, I want to go down to Sophocles. So I'm going to highlight that. That one here is 20. And again, I'm just clicking on the little symbol next to the numbers there. Boy, I sure wish that all of my my applications did the same thing, but InDesign does do that. Okay, so, and there we have it. That is basically the project. To zoom out and see the whole thing, Command or Control 0 will jump to the page itself. And since it has an outline around it, you'll be able to print this out, trim it out, and if you want to, you could duplicate it a number of times. If you hold down your Option or your Alt key and click and drag, then you can make several copies. All right, have fun, everyone.